Hey everyone, and welcome to SkillCapped. My name is Dr. Zora, and in today's video, we're going to review the new meta that has taken over Valorant in recent months, and that is Shotgun Sage. It's been pretty common to know that shotguns are incredibly powerful in the game, especially considering how low credits they cost, and Sage has really rose to fame with these close range killers, especially with the Bucky that is a very unique feature. We're going to review how to use shotguns in Valorant and how you can pair it with Sage in particular to dominate your games. And before we get into the content, we have our question of the day for you all: which shotgun in Valorant is the best? All three shotguns are extremely powerful, particularly the Bucky and Judge. These two are so close together that we couldn't determine a definitive winner, so let us know in the comments below on what you guys think. First up, let's go over the Bucky, which has really become the main shotgun that drove Shotgun Sage to fame. The Bucky is a shotgun that costs 900 credits, and what makes it particularly powerful is its ability to perform a right click that allows your bullets to hit farther range at a more focal point. Based on our testing, with the left click, the Bucky is capable of one-shotting enemies for up to 8 to 9 meters, and beyond this range you want to use the right click at enemies that are further away, which will allow you to essentially snipe enemies at ranges where shotguns shouldn't typically be able to kill. With our testing, enemies up to 15 to 16 meters can be killed in one shot with a right click from the Bucky. It's important to note that precision becomes a much bigger factor when right clicking, as your pellets will be less spread and more focused on one location. Being able to differentiate when to left click and right click in the moment is what really helps you take advantage of the Bucky and destroy opponents. If you choose the wrong option, you'll end up doing significantly less damage and you'll likely be killed. When using the Bucky, make sure that you pick a position where it's absolutely certain you know which click you're going to use. For example, waiting close to the entrance of U-Haul is a position where you know you're going to left click. This will be considered a good position to play the shotguns. A bad position would be if you were to play in the back corner of U-Haul, where if someone was to push you now, they could peek from farther away, in which you need to right click, or they could peek you close, in which you would need to left click. It's difficult to react quickly and determine which click you need to use in those tight moments, and so you're highly likely to use the wrong one and do minute amounts of damage and get yourself killed. Being in a position where you know which click to use takes away that confusion and processing time and allows you to focus more on aiming at your targets. For long range duels where you're unsure if you're at one shot distance, you can use the pinging system to see if you're within the 15 to 16 meter point. This helps you figure out positions that are good to get long range kills, and also allows you to adapt in the moment and find other off angles that you think would throw off enemies in a future round. Also, make sure to play positions where you can quickly peek for a shot and then hide and cover while you wait for you to be able to fire subsequent shots. This is called jiggle peeking and is crucial to using the Bucky effectively to get picks and escape unscathed, or to mess up the enemy's shots and timing and allow you to get multi-frags that will definitely tilt them. With the Bucky out of the way, the other shotgun that has shown insane effectiveness is the Judge. Being an automatic shotgun, this weapon is 700 credits more than the Bucky. It doesn't have the same range as the Bucky, however its range is still quite powerful and you have much more leeway with this weapon as you can fire much quicker, thus allowing you to get consecutive kills quickly. The Judge is essentially the Bucky but on easy mode, where you don't have to worry about when to left click and right click. As long as you're fairly close to the enemy, you'll be able to take him out very quickly. The Shotgun Sage mate himself stated in a Reddit post that he occasionally uses the Judge on defense side, as it's much more likely that you'll be bombarded against multiple attackers pushing you. On attacker side, you're usually going to want to face one enemy at a time, where the Judge isn't going to be as effective. For those who are still having a difficult time with their aim, we recommend going with the Judge first before practicing the more advanced Bucky. And a note about these two shotguns overall is you actually want to aim for the body rather than the usual head. This is because shotguns hit a barrage of pellets around your crosshair, so if you aim for the head, there's a good chance that you'll get some shots on the head, but also a good chance that some of your pellets will miss. By aiming for the body, you'll have more shots hit your enemy and therefore more damage and likelihood of getting the kills. With shotguns out of the way, let's go into Sage and why she's become the popular agent of choice for the shotgun meta. While she doesn't have a high level of mobility to get into enemies' faces like Jet and Raze, Sage does have her barrier orb that allows her to get into weird off angles against enemies. With how much range both the Bucky and Judge have, Sage is able to constantly get into different positions that enemies absolutely are not prepared for. This makes Sage incredibly annoying and frustrating to deal with when she is holding a shotgun at hand. For example, a common move that can be done in middle of split is boosting onto your wall and then peeking behind the container. This tends to be a common spot that players like to get into when they're walled off, and it's the perfect range for a quick right click Bucky kill. Another example is playing Shotgun Sage in Heaven on Split, where you can play on top of boxes to get a guaranteed left click, or you can back up and play an off angle where you can get a right click kill. You can also put a Sage wall right up onto the containers for a surprise angle that enemies would never be prepared for. With these clips being said, Sage is definitely a menace with the shotguns, but we recommend also trying highly mobile agents such as Raze and Jet as well that are capable of closing the distance and getting easy shotgun kills too. Now, a hot topic that several players are wondering is how to play Shotgun Sage on attack and defense, and this is a very important topic of discussion as your playstyle is going to be completely different on both sides. On the defender side, you want to pick a position like we mentioned before where enemies are within one shot distance. However, you want to make sure that you're constantly switching up these positions. If you play the same spot every round, it's easy for players to know where you are and either avoid you completely and force you to play retake, which is very difficult with shotguns, or for players to know your position and counter you with abilities. Another example of a position you can switch things up at is behind the boxes outside B garage, and you can also do a surprise wall for a cheeky off angle with the Bucky. You can also play up rafters on the A site where players are in right click distance, or you could drop down on them with the judge for easy kills. On attacker side, Shotgun Sage definitely becomes much trickier to play. You're going to be the ones making moves and putting pressure on defenders, and as such, players are likely going to be at further ranges and hard to hit with shotguns. With Shotgun Sage, it's very difficult for you to close the gap on your own. Because of this, on attacker side, you're going to want to play further back behind your teammates and have them create that space for you. This will then allow you to close in on enemies and put them in a range for you to get kills with your shotgun. It's very important that you stay close by with your team when they push and use your slow orbs as well to prevent players from running away during your pushes. This also guarantees that once your team is pushing or taking a choke point, you're going to be there as well and in range to help them get those kills. Once you're able to take the site and defend the spike, things become much easier for you. From there, you'll want to play the round just like you would on defender side, where you pick an angle that is close enough to get kills with a shotgun, and again, you can also use Sage's wall to boost up onto surprise angles that will throw the defenders off. Regardless of which side you're on, positioning is really going to be the key that allows you to really use Shotgun Sage to our full capacity. Now that we've gone over Shotgun Sage and how to fully utilize this style of play, let's go over the big advantage of using this style, which is economy. The Bucky and Judge are extremely cheap weapons at 900 credits and 1600 credits respectively. Adding full armor and abilities with Sage, you can full buy nearly every round for just 2400 credits. This opens up your economy to buy your teammates who may be low on credits during rifle rounds. Because you only need a few credits for your own full buy, you'll be able to build up a bank to back up your teammates while still being highly effective with your low buy shotgun setups. So not only is Shotgun Sage incredibly fun to use and annoying to deal with when played correctly, but it also improves your team's overall economy so that you're going to have a larger number of full buys during each half. This then translates to more rounds that your team can grab that could be crucial to winning a game or losing it. Not only that, but with Shotgun Sage, you can also buy during save rounds, and if you're able to get surprise kills onto enemies, you could turn the tide, give your teammates more weapons, and get a thrifty round win. And if you want to take your game to the next level and play like the pros, then go to SkillCapped.com to unlock our hyper improvement system that will teach you everything you need to blast through the rankings in Valorant. The link will be provided in the description below. Alright, so let us know in the comment section below on which shotgun you prefer to use in Valorant. And while you're down there, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get more premium guides just like this one with one goal in mind, helping you become a better player. We here at SkillCapped want to thank you for watching. We'll catch you in the next. I'm Dr. Zor, and good luck out there.